Station of B92.7 FM Sports.
Breckenridge basketball is on the air. Tonight's I3G Sports Network broadcast is brought to you by Breckenridge Public Schools, Carlson Family Insurance, CHI St. Francis, Essentia Health, Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, High Camp Construction, Miller Realty, Minn Kota Ag Products, North Dakota State College of Science, Optimum Rehab, Otter Tail Power Company, Quality Toyota, Red River Agency, Red River Grain, Smith Motors, State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, and Twin Town Villa. Now, here's KBMW's Turner Blofus.
And welcome to the Red River Grain pregame show, serving local farmers since 1986. Turner Blofus getting ready to kick off some Heart of Lakes basketball. We've got the Breckenridge Cowboys on their home floor, taking on the DGF Rebels, and the Rebels got off to a very strong start to the 2024-2025 season. But since then have been a little streaky since, and Breckenridge, you could say the same, as obviously the elephant in the room with Breckenridge having to forfeit 7 of their wins due to an ineligible player, dropping their record to 3-21 on the year entering this game, but otherwise would be a 10-11 mark once again. And Breckenridge currently riding a 5-game losing streak, 70-67 loss to Hawley, 53-49. And by the way, these are not the forfeited ones. These are 5 straight losses, with everybody that is able to play. 53-49, they lost to Hillcrest Lutheran Academy. Fell to Park Rapids by 5, 67-62. 77-66 was the final in Barnesville, and then 71-67 as Stables Motley pulled away in that last ball game that they played, and kind of made a late run. I believe they ended it on a 17-2 run, so not ideal for the Cowboys to definitely run into kind of a buzzsaw there at the end of the game after playing a really solid game, kind of throughout that. As we'll run through the State Farm stat report, and my apologies, we won't have a graphic for this on our pregame show, our Red River Grain pregame show, because Robert Wanick was definitely caught up. He had a basketball game to cover himself. He's actually covering the Lofton Lady Huskies, who were down by 10 last we heard, so we'll make sure to get you some more updates. We'll run through that Stables Motley statistics for you as head coach Jordan Christensen kind enough to share the full court analytics with us. And once again, my apologies, we don't have the graphic to go along with this, but we'll start off with the leading. My apologies. We'll go with the leading scorer in this one. It was Jackson Riggs with 13 points. 12 points for Aiden Sanchez as well. And by the way, Riggs came off the bench in that one. And, ended up having the best plus-minus out of everyone in this group. Ended up being Avery Smith that got out here on the stat report. So I'm kind of just picking out all the numbers that jump out, including 7 rebounds from Jackson Riggs. That is a team high, right in front of Levi Christensen, who went for 6 and also had 9 points to go along with it. 4 dimes, though, out of his post position. We have 4 guys getting at least 4 dimes, with him getting 4, Cooper Roberts getting 4 in the last game, Avery Smith as well, and Aiden Sanchez leading the way with 5. And once again, they just need a little more scoring down the stretch in that one. And let's run through your Power Bowl ranking brought to you by Otter Tail Power Company on for conservation. And we'll go through the Section 6A standings. Once again, this is going to end up being voted on because of, just all the games Breckenridge ended up having to forfeit. So they're going to have to do this by a coach's vote. And leading the way in Section 6A North, we're just going to do the top 5 teams with Ada Borup at the top. They're 11th in the state by QRF. Henning up next, they're 18th in the state by QRF. By the way, both of them have 21 wins. Ada Borup with 5 losses to go along with it. 3 losses for Henning. Park Christian has 21-4. Beat up on the Cowboys pretty good. 18-6 is Hillcrest Lutheran Academy. And then Frazee, who Breckenridge got the season sweep on, is 11-13 on the year as they're in Section 6A for the North. And then for Section 6A South, West Central area at the top, they're 5th in the state by QRF. 16-8 on the year. Border West up next, 19-6, another team that beat up pretty good on Breckenridge. 13-11, Brandon Evansville, Hancock at 12-12, and then Benson with a 15-10 mark. And Breckenridge 3 spots behind in 8th place. Trying to avoid the play-in round if possible, as the top 6 seeds on both sides get to avoid the play-in. So if Breckenridge can, get above 3 of these teams here, they should be actually 4 teams they have to get ahead of. So if they could leapfrog BBE, Parker's Prairie, Ashby, they're already ahead of Ashby and Ortonville, so they should be okay there. But if they could leapfrog a couple teams here when it comes down to a Section 6A coaches vote, and we shall see, because Breckenridge would have a better record and their QRF score for sure would be better. So we'll see if the coaches take that into account. The Section 6A South standings. Once again, this breakdown of the section is brought to you by Otter Tail Power Company on for conservation. And we'll continue the Red River Graham pregame show on B92.7 FM. We'll come back with your keys to the game brought to you by Smith Motors and your injury report, which is brought to you by CHI St. Francis. You are listening to the Red River Graham pregame show on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live, part of the i3G Sports Network.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
What can you do in 30 seconds? Warm up your coffee, tie your shoes, Google, should I get screened for lung cancer? Then actually get screened for lung cancer. If you're a current or former smoker, talk with an Essentia Health provider about your eligibility for a low-dose CT screening, because early-stage lung cancer often has no signs or symptoms. Screening can mean an increased chance of successful treatment. Learn more at essentiahealth.org.
Protect your equipment and get rewarded by purchasing premium Cenex lubricants with Cenex gift cards for gallons. You can earn a $50 Visa gift card for every 100 gallons of Cenex diesel engine oils, tractor hydraulic fluids, gear lubes, and greases purchased between now and through February 29th of 2024. Contact Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley for qualifying Cenex products and promotion details. Some exclusions apply, and don't forget to ask about the best warranty in the industry, the Cenex Total Protection Plan. Proven durability, powered locally.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heidkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heidkamp Construction in Wahpeton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948. Buying a new home is an exciting experience, but it can be a stressful one too. Miller Realty can help relieve some of that stress with a simple formula of integrity, trust, and most importantly, experience. Their talented team is made up of Guy, Shelly, Jared, Lisa, Melissa, and Stephanie. They've put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes, and they understand this market. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
North Dakota State College of Science is powered by the strong local connections we have with employers, business partners, program advisors, and local business leaders. We're proud to call Wahpeton home. Find out more about how you or your business can support NDSCS by visiting ndscs.edu. That's ndscs.edu.
Getting you back to what you love. We are Optimum Rehab. For over a decade, Dr. Tony Eggeman has provided physical therapy services for the people of Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and surrounding communities. We're a small practice that sees our patients as individuals. Through hands-on techniques, our patients have their treatment plans tailored to their exact needs. Sprains, sore muscles, back pain, achy joints, rehab following surgery, you name it. Optimum Rehab is your answer. When you need exceptional physical therapy, you need Optimum Rehab.
And welcome back to the Red River Grain pregame show, serving the local farmers since 1986. Turnable office as we're getting ready for the Breckenridge Cowboys and Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton Rebels to square off in a rematch of a prior one that was at DGF, and we'll get the score on that one when we run through DGF's record. But first, we got your keys to the game, brought to you by Smith Motors in Wapaton, small town friendly. Big town deals, Smith Motors in Wapaton, and another one of those ones where it was like, buddy, probably go with that every game. But I really think that if they could, try to increase the presence inside here a little bit, as DGF's still going to be a little short-handed. We'll tell you more about that when we get to the injury report. But their depth up in the interior is not going to be what it usually is. They're still going to have some size down there, obviously. But I think if they could kind of establish a presence inside, and get Levi Christensen going, especially because if they can get him going, and then also get Cooper Robertson on the interior as well, Jackson Riggs, all those long guys that Breck's got, Aiden Sanchez as well. If they can just set the tone inside, I like their odds here in the early goings of this ball game. Sorry, guys, also got me catching my breath. I just sprinted my car to get a water. My apologies, but that's my key to the game, brought to you by Smith Motors in Wapaton. Once again, small town friendly, big town deals. On to your injury report, brought to you by CHI St. Francis. And like I said, we got a feud report for the DGF Rebels, as the Rebels come into this ball game missing 2 or 3 starters, I'm told. And by the way, I forgot to give you that score for the last time they squared off, 65-54. You guys probably remember that was the game that Charlie Craychaw went berserk in the first half to keep his squad afloat. And DGF kind of pulled away late to come away with the 10-point victory once again. But DGF on the injury report for today, they're going to be without Dylan Anderson, Camden Schreiber as well, and Nolan Verdi in the post. And then also they've had some other guys that have been sick as well. So some guys who were kind of game time decisions that looked like they got the go ahead right now. But without Grant Anderson will be good to go, but not Dylan Anderson, one of the starters on the interior as well. And looks like we got a update to the injury report as well. We'll make sure to get to that when we run through the injury report. Apologies for that. I just had the assistant coach ran up to give me that notice, but we'll tell you who the starters are when we come back. As I was looking at your injury report, brought to you by CHI St. Francis once again. Nobody will report for Breckenridge. The DGF will be without Dylan Anderson, Camden Schreiber, and Nolan Verdi as well. You're listening to the Red River Grain pregame show on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live, part of the I3G Sports Network. And my apologies. Actually, we will stay here for just a second. As once again, the Breckenridge Cowboys enter this one on a losing streak. Currently, as it's kind of been the morale obviously took a bit of a hit as well after the penalty from the MSHSL cam. So it's kind of some off the court stuff as well, distractions that obviously is going to hamper any team. So we're just going to see how the Cowboys can shake it off here on the tail end of their stretch, and we'll take our break here as promised. Come back with your starting lineups. You're listening to the Red River Grain pregame show on B92.7 FM.
What if you could store heat during off-peak hours when electric prices are lowest and use it when you need it? With a heat storage system, you can. Underfloor systems and other options heat your whole home or individual rooms so you can stay comfortable and save. Plus, they're at least 100% efficient, so no energy or dollars are wasted. With Otter Tail Power Company rebates, now's the time to see how you can store, heat, and save. Go to otpco.com/heat storage to get started.
You want what you want. At Quality Toyota, we totally understand that we aren't going to talk you into a car you don't want. Instead, we're here to help you find the car, the color, the options, and the style that you do want. All with a simple, easy, and stress-free approach, because the price listed online or in every windshield is the only price. That way, we can concentrate on getting you the right car. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls. QualityToyota.net. Let's go places.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side. No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain never changes. Red River Grain works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers, providing grain and agronomy services to help maximize your farm's potential. Red River Grain has been serving farmers for years with competitive prices and high-quality service. Speak to Brad, Carson, or Tammy for all of your grain and agronomy needs. Red River Grain, East Breckenridge, 643-3738. That's 643-3738, or you can find them online at redrivergrain.com.
Save big this month with Smith Motors in Wapaton. $30 in rebates on the purchase of 3 AC Delco wiper blades. $20 in rebates on the purchase and installation of select AC Delco Gold batteries. And $15 in rebates on the purchase and installation of 1 AC Delco cabin air filter and 1 engine air filter. Gear up for winter with these exclusive offers. Small town friendly, big town deals. Smith Motors, your certified Chevy and GMC dealership in Wapaton. Online at smithmotors.com.
And welcome back to the Red River Grain pregame show, serving local farmers since 1986. And it's time for your starting lineups, brought to you by Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, providing superior quality products and services while generating a positive return for their patrons. It's Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley. And let's dive into your starters. We got, starting for DGF, 6'3" sophomore Quincy Cox wears number 1. Grant Anderson rocking number 2, 6'6" on the interior. Kate Swenson, 6'1" senior, wearing number 12. Mason Bierkin and Finn Ahonen. They're both listed at 5'11", and Bierkin a junior, while Ahonen is a sophomore. We'll make sure to double check that pronunciation. My apologies, folks. I was like, Turner, you already covered this team once. You should have them down by now. And I got to that. I was like, oh boy, I'm gonna make sure to double check with one of the parents or coaches. So we'll move on to the Breckenridge starters, and they had a last-minute change in the starting 5. We'll tell you about it. Aiden Sanchez will be starting. He wears number 2. 6'3" sophomore and leading scorer on the squad. Cooper Roberts wears number 3, 6'5" junior. Levi Christensen rocking number 5, 6'3" junior. And also we got Avery Smith wearing number 20, 6' sophomore. And then rounding it out is Charlie Craychaw, number 12, being a last-minute plug into the starting lineup for Connor Ernst. Connor Ernst, who started a majority of the games this year, so when they said they made a starting lineup change, I'm sure a lot of people thought it was going to be Charlie Craychaw for Avery Smith, because those two have kind of been trading off this year. But this time around, they're going to go with Connor Ernst, going to ride that hot hand after Charlie Craychaw lit up the Rebels in the first half of the last go-around. So we'll see if they're going to try to ride that over once again and see if he can catch fire against the Rebels. We shall see. But we'll take a quick break on the Red River Grain pregame show. Come back with your opening tip, brought to you by North Dakota State College of Science. You are listening to the Red River Grain pregame show on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live, part of the i3G Sports Network.
Ever notice how every other ad seems to be an insurance company promising to save you money?
What is with these insurance companies?
Hi, this is Matt.
And this is Amanda.
And we're your local State Farm agents.
We're here to debunk all the insurance junk.
What do you really need to know?
What is a fair and competitive price?
Let us make sure you are getting the best bang for your insurance dollar.
And find out why State Farm has been around for over 100 years and remains number 1 today.
There's a lot of talk about assisted living facilities in the area, but at Twin Town Villa in Breckenridge, the story really is different. Let me tell you about it. The story at Twin Town Villa is caring eyes looking after the people you love. It's a collection of ears listening to what their residents need. It's the gentle, compassionate action that takes care of those needs. It's real connection that assures you that your family members are never alone. That's just part of the story. Take a tour and see for yourself. Twin Town Villa in Breckenridge.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
My name is Christy Baumhart. I am proud to be a part of the school district with dedicated staff, including administration, teachers, paraprofessionals, cooks, and custodians who are kind, caring, compassionate, and committed to the students in our district. They support, respect, and help one another succeed. One thing I am really excited about is the technology available to our students as it enhances their learning experience in the classroom. Not only as an employee, but also as a parent, I know the benefits of having both my children in the Breckenridge School District. Breckenridge Pride. We inspire to excel.
getting the kids to practice on time, remembering if it's your day to bring snacks, making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing Auto Owners Insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
What can you do in 30 seconds? Warm up your coffee, tie your shoes, Google, should I get screened for lung cancer? Then actually get screened for lung cancer. If you're a current or former smoker, talk with an Essentia Health provider about your eligibility for a low-dose CT screening, because early-stage lung cancer often has no signs or symptoms. Screening can mean an increased chance of successful treatment. Learn more at essentiahealth.org.
Protect your equipment and get rewarded by purchasing premium Cenex lubricants with Cenex gift cards for gallons. You can earn a $50 Visa gift card for every 100 gallons of Cenex diesel engine oils, tractor hydraulic fluids, gear lubes, and greases purchased between now and through February 29th of 2024. Contact Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley for qualifying Cenex products and promotion details. Some exclusions apply. Don't forget to ask about the best warranty in the industry, the Cenex Total Protection Plan. Proven durability, powered locally.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heitkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heitkamp Construction in Wapaton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948.
Welcome back as we get ready to wrap up the Red River Grain pregame show, serving the local farmers since 1986. Once again, the starting five looks like this. Quincy Cox for DGF, Grant Anderson, Cade Swenson, Mason Bierkin, and Finn Ahonen. Shout out to Art Rocco for being on top of that pronunciation. He knows I wouldn't. He knows I wasn't. And then starting for the Cowboys, three of the usuals that we've had all year: Aiden Sanchez, Levi Christensen, and Cooper Roberts. And then Charlie Craychaw is back into the starting five tonight. And then along with him, Avery Smith, who recently moved into the starting five. Connor Ernst will be coming off the bench this go-around. That'll do it for our Red River Grain pregame show. Once again, serving the local farmers since 1986. And Cowboys have Cooper Roberts jumping up against Grant Anderson. Grant Anderson had a very nice ball game against the Cowboys last go-around, but he won't win the opening tip here. Cooper Roberts tips it to Aiden Sanchez. Sanchez swings it over to left wing to Craychaw once again at the big half. Last go-around between these two teams. Kicks it out to Levi Christensen in the left wing. He kicks it out to Craychaw, who's going to pull the trigger right away on a three off the mark. GGF's got to remember him on the scouting report, but Cooper Roberts comes down with the rebound. Roberts got his man to jump, but didn't go up with it. Aiden Sanchez thought about the mid-range jumper and thought about trying to move into the contact, but he goes into Levi Christensen. Goes a nice hop step and frees himself up for two. Levi Christensen off of the Aiden Sanchez feed gets the first bucket of the night. 2-0 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard, as Avery Smith is going to hop into the passing lane for a breakaway attempt. Gets it tipped away from him, but tracks it down. Goes to a power dribble and then is going to end up traveling. Kind of changed his mind when he jumped up in the air with the ball. Came down with it himself, and they're going to call that every time. 2-0 Breckenridge lead on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. 17-12 left to go in this opening half. Breckenridge coming out in a... Actually coming out in, 1-3-1. Aiden Sanchez at the top of it, and we got a three-pointer from Finna Honan. Saying, make sure you get my name right. Charlie Craychaw now has it on the right wing. Christensen actually gets it to Sanchez. Sanchez gets downhill, kicks out to the right corner to Avery Smith. Smith had Craychaw to his left, had to make the extra swing, but a little too late now. Gets rotated around the horn to Aiden Sanchez on the left wing. Sanchez tries getting it to Levi Christensen, who tried saving it and ended up throwing it away. 3-2 score on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. 16:31 left to go in this opening half. DGF in the lead. Here in the second matchup between these two squads, DGF won the first one by 10 on their home floor. Corner three is up and good. Quincy Cox knocking down this triple. Back-to-back threes from the Rebels to start off the ball game. Charlie Craychaw has it on the right side. He'll look to drive. Skip pass over to Aiden Sanchez. He's wide open, won't take it. Dribble kick out to Craychaw. Finds in the right corner, and we got an and one! 4-point play. Potentially coming your way. Charlie Craychaw looking to bring some of that magic that he had at DGF High School. Big shot, Chuck. Knocks down the triple. See if he can complete the 4-point play, and he'll rattle it in. Don't see many of those very often. Ties it up at 6-6. 16:02 left to go on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Aiden Sanchez at the top of the 1-3-1. Avery Smith popping up to help him out as the defense yo-yos. And a very nice drop-off pass, but they're going to miss the layup. Good look inside, and now they'll get another shot down low and lay it in. Cade Swenson. Cade Swenson, another guy who had a strong showing the last time these two teams matched up, but he was coming off the bench in that go-around. Cooper Roberts goes to that spin move, kicks out to a wide-open shooter. Charlie Craychaw! Big shot, Chuck. The Rebel Killer. He's got a quick 7 to start off this game. The pair of triples and a free throw. 15:20 left to go in this opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard, and DGF takes the lead right back. 10-9. As these squads trade buckets. Cooper Roberts hands it off to Craychaw. He's got the green light, of course. Levi Christensen looking to attack. Kicks it out to Aiden Sanchez. Sanchez swings it to Cooper Roberts, who swings it to Avery Smith in the right corner. Gets a ball screen, but ends up just dropping it over to Levi Christensen. Christensen sets a ball screen for Craychaw. Tries to hit him on the pick and roll. Christensen gets it out to Aiden Sanchez, and we got another foul on a jump shooter. Swenson must not have given Sanchez enough room to land. First foul on Cade Swenson. Aiden Sanchez at the stripe. Sanchez knocks down the first. Tied up at 10 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. 2 more free throws coming for Sanchez. Made sure his feet were behind the line. Next free throw is up, and 2 for 3 trip for Sanchez. Oh, that one was as close as it gets. 11-10 Cowboy lead on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. A nice back cut, but off the mark. Aiden Sanchez with the board. Quincy Cox got a nice look at the rack. Couldn't convert. Avery Smith tried to hand it off to Levi Christensen. Had it poked. Smith is familiar with how that goes. He's usually the one doing it. Kicked out to the perimeter. Nice little mid-range pull-up is good from Honan. He's got a quick 5 points. Cooper Roberts picks up his dribble, swings it over to Charlie Craychaw. Craychaw out to Christensen. Levi Christensen drops it to Avery Smith in the right corner. Smith picks up his dribble. Now gets it to Cooper Roberts near the top of the key. Head coach Jordan Christensen saying attack. Nice little dribble kick out action to a fading Aiden Sanchez, but he's not able to knock it down. Similar action to what we saw from the Cowboys when Charlie Craychaw had that big shot in the border battle. And speaking of nice action to free up an open shooter, Quincy Cox knocks down the triple. He's got 6 points. And now Avery Smith going to put up a corner three. And he gets the generous roll. Avery Smith. Everyone's been saying, Avery, you got to shoot it when they leave you open out there. And that's what happens. Cuts the lead to 15-14. We got a 30-second timeout. We'll take one with them. You are listening to Cowboy Basketball on B92.7 FM. This timeout brought to you by Highcamp Construction.
Buying a new home is an exciting experience, but it can be a stressful one too. Miller Realty can help relieve some of that stress with a simple formula of integrity, trust, and most importantly, experience. Their talented team is made up of Guy, Shelly, Jared, Lisa, Melissa, and Stephanie. They've put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes, and they understand this market. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
And welcome back after that Highcamp Construction timeout. We got a 15-14 DGF lead on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And bringing it up for the Rebels is Tommy Rader, just checked into the ball game. Swings it over to Mason Bjerken, back to Rader. They look to go to the high post area where they leave a shooter wide open, but off the mark, Connor Ernst with the board, who just checked in the ball game. Jackson Riggs also has just checked in. Cade Swenson suffocating him in the corner, forcing the skip pass. Tracked down by Cooper Roberts. Roberts dribbles inside the arc, kicks it out to Levi Christensen. Christensen attacking, looking to kick it out to Roberts. Instead, he'll throw it over to Connor Ernst. Went through about 3 DGF defenders to get there. Levi Christensen, ooh, nice little fake spin action, and then had the pass tipped while he was trying to throw to a corner shooter, but he had 2 guys there, so they got to work on the spacing a little bit. 12:40 left to go in this opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. DGF leads Breckenridge 15-14. Aiden Sanchez getting set to inbound along the DGF bench. Gets it into Cooper Roberts. Roberts kicks it out to Sanchez. They got 3 seconds to work with. Christensen going to force a runner, and he lays it in with the left. Levi Christensen with the bank shot. Unorthodox, but it all comes out the same. 16-15. Breckenridge regains the lead on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. DGF looking to attack the middle of the zone. Kick it out to Rader. Drops in the left corner, and a nice little pull-up once again from Quincy Cox. Quincy Cox just feasting on this Cowboys zone. Gives his squad the lead back. 17-16 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Aiden Sanchez picks up his dribble, drops it over to Jackson Riggs, and nothing but net in a bad way. Cooper Roberts tries to save it, and no luck. So we got a 17-16 DGF lead on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Both teams trading blows here to start it off. Charlie Craychaw and Avery Smith set to check back in as Connor Ernst almost swiped a steal there. Wasn't able to squeeze it for the steal. 11:44 left to go in this opening half. Once again on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Make sure to get you an update on the Wahpeton basketball score. Robert Wanek caught up covering the event, so I don't really want to bug him and text him. I know he wouldn't mind, but I'm a little caught up in my own game myself as we got another little short corner pull-up, and Breckenridge not blocking out, and that almost hurts them. Jackson Riggs able to squeeze the rebound, hits that behind the back dribble, getting out and running in transition. Gets it to Avery Smith. Cooper Roberts drops it to Craychaw in the right corner. Craychaw to Avery Smith, who swings it to Jackson Riggs. Riggs looking to attack. Ooh, almost got away with a travel there. And then Charlie Craychaw with his 3rd triple. He's into double figures with 10. Picking up right where he left off the last time these two teams squared off. He's got over half of his squad's points, 10 of the 19. Cowboys up 19-17 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And a air ball is missed, but Jackson Riggs is able to swipe the steal. throws it down the court to Charlie Krejci, who feeds it back to Connor Ernst. Ernst swings it to Jackson Riggs. Riggs hits a little jab step and goes to the spin, gets past a few defenders and ends up not making it. Tough shot in traffic, but you're not going to fault him because he usually knocks him down. 19-17 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Kicked out to Rader. Swings it to Cox. Cox lines up a triple. Wondering how he got so open. And Cade Swenson's going to track down the long rebound. He gets it to Bjerken. Bjerken to Swenson. Swenson has it stripped clean by Avery Smith. Smith picks up his dribble, gets it over to Connor Ernst on the left side of the floor. Back to Avery Smith. He's looking to get downhill, and that is going to be a charge. Cade Swenson set that up beautifully. So the two players get to exchange turnovers. Avery Smith picked Swenson's pocket, and then Swenson took a charge on Smith to get him right back. Only the first foul on Avery Smith. And the triples have really kept the Cowboys in this. Charlie Krejci's got 3 of them, and then Avery Smith hit from deep as well. And not a triple, but Aiden Sanchez also got fouled on a three-pointer, so you could say, you know, shooting from deep is what turned into 2 free throw makes there. So as I was talking about, they need to assert themselves inside here as my key to the game. Good thing they didn't listen to me. They're up by 2 with 10 minutes left in the opening half, and what a steal from Aiden Sanchez. Well, he's going to get the deflection. Charlie Krejci is going to get the steal, and then Krejci throws it away. Grant Anderson with the steal, getting out and running in traffic. He's got guard skills, and he's 6'6", and he just laid it in for 2. Grant Anderson has 4 points here with 9:40 left to go in this opening half. Levi Christensen drives baseline and loses his dribble, trying to do a jump pass on the baseline, but it's going to be a turnover on the Cowboys. So 19 all on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And pull-up jumper from DGF by Bjerken this time is good. Every starter has now scored for DGF. They lead 21-19. Kicked out to Krejci, very close to an over and back, but is able to track it down. Cooper Roberts now has it on the left wing. Drives and kicks out to the right corner. Aiden Sanchez rotates it to Krejci, who's going to line up another one off the mark. Rebounded by Grant Anderson. Anderson pushing tempo as he likes to do. One of the few players who is noticeably taller than Cooper when he matches up with him, as Bjerken hits another pull-up jumper. As Cooper Roberts, 6'5" in his own right, but he'll drive inside and is trying to fight through traffic for a layup attempt, but won't get it to drop. And Jackson Riggs back in the ball game. He's on the floor with Connor Ernst, Aiden Sanchez, Levi Christensen, and Charlie Krejci. To get it into Christensen. The squad's down 23-19 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Jackson Riggs will rip a 3 and off the mark. He's going to try to turn around and lock up on the defensive end as Grant Anderson gets downhill and felt the contact, so tried to throw it up to get a foul, but no call as Jackson Riggs hauls down his 3rd rebound by my count. Connor Ernst rotates to Krejci. Krejci back to Ernst. Swings it to Jackson Riggs on the right side of the floor. Aiden Sanchez attacking baseline, picks up his dribble. After a couple nice little pass fakes, he frees himself up and draws the foul. Aiden Sanchez assessing his options and saying, you know what, I'm probably just best off here trying to get aggressive and get a foul here, and he was right. 2nd trip to the line for Aiden Sanchez. First one is good. That's where he's got all 3 of his points. He's the only Cowboy to shoot a free throw this half other than Charlie Krejci, who got to complete a 4-point play early on in this ball game. Don't see those very often. Sanchez, 2 for 2 trip. Cuts the lead to 2, 23-21 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Rader bringing the ball up for DGF. Swings it over to Honan. Back to Rader. Swung into the left corner to Quincy Cox. Cox tries to get into Rader, and Aiden Sanchez trying to force him left. Quincy Cox with a nice drop off to Grant Anderson, and he ends up missing the shot. Cowboys aren't able to get the offensive rebound, but Quincy Cox continues to be lights out with that mid-range. Aiden Sanchez kicks it out to Charlie Craychaw, who's always ready to let it rip, and that is why. 3 more for Craychaw. 4th triple of the half. 25-24 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And another 3-pointer is up, this time from Grant Anderson. He knocks it down. 28-24, DGF in the lead as Aiden Sanchez drives inside and tries kicking it out. They're going to call a body foul. So Breckenridge trailing by 4. Charlie Craychaw having another red-hot shooting start to the matchup with the Rebels, just like the last go-around, as Jackson Riggs joins in on the party with a 3 of his own. Not a bad way to get in the scoring column. Cuts the lead back down to 1. 28-27 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Raider bringing the ball up. Aiden Sanchez will pick him up. Charlie Craychaw being forced to bounce back and forth between the corner and the wing. 3-pointers up off the mark. Jackson Riggs is the first one to touch it. Aiden Sanchez squeezed it and fed it right up to Cooper Roberts for 2. That's a heads-up play. Cooper Roberts streaking out, and Aiden Sanchez doing a good job of ripping it right down there. And Breckenridge suffocating in the corner to force the turnover. Playing this a physical game, it's like a playoff matchup with the physicality. I'm loving it. I was saying that in the last broadcast as well. Breckenridge all of a sudden up 29-28 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cooper Roberts. Now all 5 starters have scored. Skip pass over to Aiden Sanchez on the left side of the floor. He goes into Cooper Roberts. Roberts looks to attack, has his shot blocked, and they're going to say out of bounds off of DGF. Breckenridge has scored the last 5 points off of a layup from Cooper Roberts and a triple from Jackson Riggs. Riggs would love to rip another one from deep, but instead he's going to swing it over to Aiden Sanchez. Levi Christensen has 2 defenders on him, but had a size mismatch. Ends up having it stripped. Turned over. DGF. Swing it up to Bjerken. Bjerken goes into the corner to Quincy Cox. Avery Smith locking him up. And then Aiden Sanchez tips the pass out of bounds. 29-28, Breckenridge in the lead on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. 5:46 left to go in this opening half. Quincy Cox drops it in. Swung around to Bjerken for a wide open 3. Off the mark, rebounded by Levi Christensen. Actually, on the first rebound I got for Levi at this point. Expect to see that number go up as gets a turnover added to the resume, and now he'll get a foul as well as Cade Swenson played that perfectly. Swiped the steal, got out, made sure to come to a jump stop and let that contact come to him. First foul on Christensen. Cade Swenson currently sitting on 2 points, as his squad is being led by Quincy Cox with 10. Charlie Craychaw doing the heavy lifting for the Cowboys with 13. 12 of them coming from 3-point land, and the 1 point coming off of a 4-point play. Swenson knocks down the first one to tie this ball game back up. Craychaw back in. And going through the routine is Swenson. And he knocks it down. 2-for-2 trip for Cade Swenson. Connor Ernst gets it over to Aiden Sanchez, who comes to set the ball screen for Craychaw. Drops it down to Sanchez. Sanchez, skip pass over to Connor Ernst in the right corner. Ernst swings it to Avery Smith. Around the horn to the left corner. Now they're going to go inside to Cooper Roberts. Roberts instantly assesses the mismatch. Avery Smith doing his best to try to save it, but ends up throwing it to the Rebels. DGF going to try to score in transition out of it. Bjerken with a nice floater that he gets to drop. Mason Bierkin with 6 points off the slashing ability. 4 straight from DGF. 32-29 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Rebels in the lead. Avery Smith now has it in the left elbow area. Gets a man to fly by. Cowboys swing it over to Connor Ernst, who's looking to pay off Aiden Sanchez in the corner for a triple. Off the mark. DGF flying down the court with numbers. They kick it out to Bierkin. Bierkin dropping inside to Swenson, who's got the fantastic court awareness, know exactly where it was and flip it in. 6-0 run from the Rebels. Levi Christensen and Jackson Riggs coming back into the ball game as Avery Smith is fouled near the sideline. Aiden Sanchez will get a breather, as will Connor Ernst. 15 foul on the Rebels. Cowboys are sitting on 2 right now. Like I said, kind of reffing this like a playoff game, and as a result, we're not seeing a whole lot of fouls. Love it. It's going to be that way every game. Avery Smith trying to inbound to Levi Christensen. Almost hit one of the girls sitting on their phone. That's why you got to be watching the game, ladies. Going to get smoked by a basketball one of these days. Avery Smith gets it into Jackson Riggs. I'm just kidding. I'm on my phone all the time. I'm not going to judge. Charlie Craychaw with a contested triple off the mark. Good job by Bierkin to make the shot uncomfortable. Bierkin faked that pull-up jumper and then dropped it down to Swenson, who blew the layup. Jackson Riggs ends up trying to throw it down the court and has it stolen by Bierkin. Bierkin gets it to Grant Anderson. Anderson picks up his dribble. Swings it to Ahonen, who has his shot blocked, and they're going to call a foul on Avery Smith. Smith thought he got there at the perfect time to block it, but they're going to say he got some arm on that one, young fella. Second foul on Smith. 3:43 left to go on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. It's got to have the quickest hands on the team. I'd bet money on that. So Avery Smith just always somehow has a knack for getting a hand on the ball, but not this time around. His squad now down 35-29 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. DGF. As Ahonen knocks down the first. (8-0) run now from DGF. Could be a 9-0 after this next free throw from Ahonen. And misses this one. Cooper Roberts out and running. Out to Craychaw. Craychaw swings it to Jackson Riggs, who lets it rip from 3, and he'll knock it down. Nothing but net for Jackson Riggs, and then we got a violation right after that on DGF. Off the inbound to turn it over. Second triple from Jackson Riggs to stop the bleeding. After all of a sudden it was 36-29. Cooper Roberts gets it over to Aiden Sanchez. Sanchez feeds it down to the short corner to Jackson Riggs, who puts a little too much on this one. Rebounded by the Rebels. Bierkin looking to get to the cup, and he'll end up getting called for the offensive foul. Aiden Sanchez feeling that in the sternum after that. And third foul on Bierkin. But I'm sure they were taking notice at all the other times he was getting to the cup, as head coach Mike Clark looks for an explanation of what went wrong on that. 3:12 left to go in this opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cowboys down 36-32. Levi Christensen swings it to Charlie Craychaw on the right wing. Craychaw to Aiden Sanchez in the right corner. Sanchez hits a little jab step. Looking to go inside. Instead, he'll skip it out to Levi Christensen. Christensen look to attack on Swenson and has his shot blocked. Looks like they're setting up an inbounds play, and it's got Aiden's name in it, so it'll be the craziest thing in the world if they're trying to free him up for a shot here. Ahonen taking notice. Looks like they're trying to get him in ISO in the paint. It's a nice thing about having a big guard, and almost got the fadeaway to knock down. Grant Anderson out and running off the rebound. Looking to go by Sanchez. 2 guarding 2. Tommy Rader gets it over to Cade Swenson on the left wing. Now to Ahonen. Ahonen driving inside. Aiden Sanchez almost tied it up for a jump ball. And they were looking for Cox off the back cut, but out of bounds off DGF. Tried sifting it through traffic, and I don't even think the DGF player knew that could have got through there. Cooper Roberts over to Charlie Craychaw on the right wing. Craychaw now skips it to Aiden Sanchez on the left. Tries dropping it to Cooper Roberts. Jackson Riggs going to get off the deflected pass, and he's not going to knock it down. Sat on the rim for a little bit. 36-32, DGF in the lead on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Quincy Cox trying to knock down a triple, but Cooper Roberts will get the rebound. Aiden Sanchez out and running in transition, and he'll miss the shot, but Levi Christensen, Johnny on the spot for the putback. 36-34, Breckenridge trailing on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. DGF down a couple starters in this ball game. As Cade Swenson goes to Grant Anderson, and they're going to get called for the push here. Breckenridge done a solid job on Anderson thus far. Got him for 7 points. Ahonen inbounding under the basket, gets it to Rader, who instantly kicks it out to Quincy Cox. And Quincy Cox does not get the roll. One of the few times that his shooter's touch is a little too much. 36-34, once again, Breckenridge trailing on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Aiden Sanchez to Cooper Roberts. Roberts gets it to Levi Christensen a couple feet behind the top of the key. Maybe set him a drive opportunity. Instead, he'll go to Cooper Roberts. He now has it on the perimeter. He wants a ball screen. Denies it. Goes to work, kicks out to Charlie Craychaw. Craychaw drops it to Levi Christensen. He's going into the paint, goes right at 2 defenders, misses. Tries to get his own board on the floor for it now. They're going to say off the Cowboys. 1 minute remaining in this opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Looks like DGF's going to not take a timeout, and now they will. Timeout taken by the Rebels. We'll take one with them. This timeout brought to you by Heitkamp Construction. Once you build with them, you won't build any other way. You are listening to Breckenridge Basketball on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live for the I3G Sports Network.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Construction timeout. We got a 36-34 ball game. DGF with the ball and the lead. Tommy Rader bring it up for the Rebels. Rader dribbling over to the right side of the floor in front of the Breckenridge student section, who's preparing their band. Aiden Sanchez comes up with a steal. Feeds it up to Cooper Roberts, who's looking for his second transition bucket, and he gets it, and the foul! Cooper Roberts getting rewarded for running the floor for the second time. And that will tie the ball game. Give the Cowboys a chance to take the lead at the stripe. Credit to Aiden Sanchez for forcing the turnover as Cooper Roberts gives his squad the lead. These squads exchanged 8-0 runs. Cowboys on theirs now. Quincy Cox looking to do something about it. He tries hitting Cade Swenson on the roll, and Cowboys with all the momentum here and can hold for the last shot. 34.5 seconds left to go in this opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. They said, we got to get our man Big Shot Chuck in there. He'll sub in for Connor Ernst. So we got the 4 of the 5 starters on here. Jackson Riggs on for Avery Smith. Cooper Roberts will bring it up this time around. 6'5" running the point. Both teams got that luxury as Grant Anderson, 6'6" actually, can bring it up for DGF. Levi Christensen swings it to Craychaw on the right wing. He gets a ball screen. Over to Cooper Roberts. Excuse me. Jackson Riggs lined up a triple as didn't get the memo. They were holding for one, evidently. And Grant Anderson comes away with the rebound. Gets it to Rader. Rader to Cade Swenson. Swenson tries kicking out of the perimeter. Great extra pass to Ahonen. He'll put up a three. Way off the mark. Jackson Riggs gets a rebound and then a foul. Talk about an ill-advised foul. Just talking about Jackson Riggs not holding for the final shot, and DGF's going to end up rewarding him for it. As he gets fouled on the other end. He's got one free throw coming, potentially two if he makes it. And shot is off the mark. Christensen tried tying up for the rebound and none doing. So after the missed free throw, we got 37-36 for your score on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. We'll start the Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show shortly. You are listening to Breckenridge Basketball on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live.
North Dakota State College of Science is powered by the strong local connections we have with employers, business partners, program advisors, and local business leaders. We're proud to call Wahpeton home. Find out more about how you or your business can support NDSCS by visiting ndscs.edu. That's ndscs.edu.
Getting you back to what you love. We are Optimum Rehab. For over a decade, Dr. Tony Egeman has provided physical therapy services for the people of Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and surrounding communities. We're a small practice that sees our patients as individuals. Through hands-on techniques, our patients have their treatment plans tailored to their exact needs. Sprains, sore muscles, back pain, achy joints, rehab following surgery, you name it. Optimum Rehab is your answer. When you need exceptional physical therapy, you need Optimum Rehab.
What if you could store heat during off-peak hours when electric prices are lowest and use it when you need it? With a heat storage system, you can. Underfloor systems and other options heat your whole home or individual rooms so you can stay comfortable and save. Plus, they're at least 100% efficient, so no energy or dollars are wasted. With Otter Tail Power Company rebates, now's the time to see how you can store, heat, and save. Go to otpco.com/heat storage to get started.
You want what you want. At Quality Toyota, we totally understand that we aren't going to talk you into a car you don't want. Instead, we're here to help you find the car, the color, the options, and the style that you do want. All with a simple, easy, and stress-free approach, because the price listed online or in every windshield is the only price. That way, we can concentrate on getting you the right car. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls. QualityToyota.net. Let's go places.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side. No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain never changes. Red River Grain works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers, providing grain and agronomy services to help maximize your farm's potential. Red River Grain has been serving farmers for years with competitive prices and high-quality service. Speak to Brad, Carson, or Tammy for all of your grain and agronomy needs. Red River Grain, East Breckenridge, 643-3738. That's 643-3738, or you can find them online at redrivergrain.com.
Save big this month with Smith Motors in Wahpeton. $30 in rebates on the purchase of 3 AC Delco wiper blades. $20 in rebates on the purchase and installation of select AC Delco Gold batteries. And $15 in rebates on the purchase and installation of 1 AC Delco cabin air filter and 1 engine air filter. Gear up for winter with these exclusive offers. Small town friendly, big town deals. Smith Motors, your certified Chevy and GMC dealership in Wahpeton. Online at smithmotors.com.
And welcome to the Minn Kota Ag Products Halftime Show, your number one grain marketing and production agriculture supply company. Turner Office, and It is time to run through your State Farm stat report for the opening half, and we'll start off with the DGF Rebels, who are led by Quincy Cox, who's got a very pure jumper. Big fan. Kind of seems like he's also got a lot of hang time on it, too, so I like a lot of elevation on a jumper. But he's got 10 points so far, 7 points apiece from Grant Anderson and Finn Ahonen. I think we can expect Grant Anderson to come out a little more aggressive here in half number 2. Not that he wasn't super aggressive in the first half, but I just think he's going to be kind of more of the focal point, I guess is what I'm getting at. But Cade Swenson with 6 points, Mason Bierkin as well, but did pick up his 3rd foul. So Bierkin, we'll see if we're going to be seeing him right away at the beginning of the second half. But all 5 starters for DGF getting into the scoring column, no bench points. Breckenridge cannot say the same because they have 6 bench points coming from Jackson Riggs, and then 6 points from Levi Christensen, who is starting. Cooper Roberts, 5 points off a pair of transition buckets, and also got an N1 on one of those transition buckets. 4 points from Aiden Sanchez and 3 points from Avery Smith off a rare triple from Avery Smith. I want to see a lot more of those. I don't want to call it a rare triple. I want to see, say, off of a triple from Avery Smith. So we'll see if that's going to kind of get him going from deep. But you guys know I did not forget the leading scorer for this ball game, and once again having a lights-out first half against the DGF Rebels. That is Charlie Krachop, and I'm gonna see if I can go back in my JB stat book and see if I can pick out the game where Krachop went absolutely bananas in the first half. But I believe it was 18, but I don't want to get the number wrong either. So as I go through and I find here it is. He had 18 points. Oh, my apologies. That is the Long Prairie game, I believe. Look at me just being super unreliable. This is good radio, I'm sure, folks. All right. Well, you guys are just going to have to take my word for it. I believe he had 17. Here it is. 5 triples in the opening half. 17 points. The rest of the squad scored 6. Yep, that was the game. Final score, 65-54 in that ball game once again. I'm glad I could find that in here. Shout out to Jason Butts on the JB stat book. And also shout out to the State Farm agents, Matt and Amanda Frederick, for sponsoring the State Farm Stat Report. We'll take a quick break here on the Minn Kota Ag Products Halftime Show. You are listening to Breckenridge Basketball on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live, part of the I3G Sports Network.
Ever notice how every other ad seems to be an insurance company promising to save you money?
What is with these insurance companies?
Hi, this is Matt.
And this is Amanda.
And we're your local State Farm agents.
We're here to debunk all the insurance junk.
What do you really need to know?
What is a fair and competitive price?
Let us make sure you are getting the best bang for your insurance dollar.
And find out why State Farm has been around for over 100 years and remains #1 today.
You know, there's a lot of talk about assisted living facilities in the area, but at Twin Town Villa in Breckenridge, the story really is different. Let me tell you about it. The story at Twin Town Villa is caring eyes looking after the people you love. It's a collection of ears listening to what their residents need. It's the gentle, compassionate action that takes care of those needs. It's real connection that assures you that your family members are never alone. That's just part of the story. Take a tour and see for yourself. Twin Town Villa in Breckenridge.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
My name is Christy Baumhart. I am proud to be a part of the school district with dedicated staff, including administration, teachers, paraprofessionals, cooks, and custodians who are kind, caring, compassionate, and committed to the students in our district. They support, respect, and help one another succeed. One thing I am really excited about is the technology available to our students as it enhances their learning experience in the classroom. Not only as an employee, but also as a parent, I know the benefits of having both my children in the Breckenridge School District. Breckenridge Pride, we inspire to excel.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
And welcome back to the Minn Kota Ag Products Halftime Show, your #1 grain marketing and production agriculture supply company. Turnable office, and you know what, folks? It doesn't happen very often, but I think I was wrong about something. I was saying the Breckenridge Cowboys want to be successful in this game, like maybe have a lead at halftime. They'd really have to establish themselves inside and use the inside game to open up the outside, and Well, they did the exact opposite, and now they lead at the half as the outside definitely opened up the inside a little bit, loosened up the defense inside. As Charlie Craychaw hit deep from 4 times, 7 times the team hit as Jackson Riggs knocked down a couple and Avery Smith hit from deep as well. And expect Aiden Sanchez to get in on the party as here in the second half, as we got to see him launch a couple threes, but he hasn't knocked one down. He did get fouled on one, so you could say that he, benefited from shooting from deep, as I said earlier, but once again has not hit from deep as Breckenridge leads 37-36 in your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And the Cowboys have still not returned from the locker. There they are. They must have heard me, but or they heard the school song played by the band, and they said, "Let's get out here and get ready to rock." They're going to have enough time for Avery Smith to get a couple warm-up shots, and that might be it. He went out, shot one warm-up, and said, "That's enough for me." At least that's not a make, buddy. What are we doing? 21 seconds left before we get this rolling as we wrap up the Minn Kota Ag Products Halftime Show, your #1 grain marketing and production agriculture supply company. Cowboys coming out with the same starters as they used to open the game, with Aiden Sanchez, Avery Smith, Charlie Craychaw, Cooper Roberts, and Levi Christensen. And looks like starting Craychaw was the right move for the first half. Didn't have to do as much heavy lifting when he had 17 of the 23 on the road, but 13 of the 37, still over a third of the points by one guy. As the Cowboys got 6 guys in the scoring column. All right. They're letting the band get out of here first. Don't need a collision with the band. I didn't have that on my bingo card, that's for sure, for the evening. Excuse me. So I'm still kicking that cold that I was telling you guys about at Staples. My voice has recovered a little bit from that. Yes, this is what my voice usually sounds like. Not ideal, but they haven't fired me yet. Avery Smith will be inbounding to Cooper Roberts to get the action going. And half number 2 is underway. Breckenridge ended the first half with a 9-0 run. We'll see if they can add to that hot stretch. They get swung over to Charlie Craychaw. He goes into Aiden Sanchez. Good dribble kick out, or good kick out to Cooper Roberts, but he misses the 3. Rebounded by the Rebels. They're trying not to get too crazy in transition. Excuse me. Ahonen. Dribble past Craychaw. They switch the screen. Rotate over to Cox. Then they go inside to Ahonen, but a little too much mustard on that one. Once again, DGF without a couple of starters in this game. Got one guy with strep and another guy with something else going on with like a tooth injury or something like that. I didn't get the full report, but speedy recovery to all involved. As Quincy Cox swipes a steal from the Cowboys, feeds it up to Swenson, gets it to Grant Anderson, and a rare miss from him inside. Avery Smith tracks down the board. Cooper Roberts gets a ball screen from Craychaw, trying to get a little pick and pop action. Roberts backs down his defender, kicks it out to Aiden Sanchez for a top of the key 3, off the mark, rebounded by Swenson. Couple early misses for the Cowboys here in the second half. Ahonen swings it to Cox on the right wing. Cox going to pull the trigger. Another Manette on a triple. Quincy Cox has caught up to Craychaw for the team lead, or for the game lead with 13 points, as Levi Christensen is going to get called for the travel. (39-37) DGF lead on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cowboys scoreless here through 1:40 in the second half. After leading by 1 at the half. Grant Anderson picks up his dribble. We're going to go inside to Cox. It's swung around to Bjerken. Bjerken loves to attack off the dribble, but we'll kick it out over to Cox. And Cooper Roberts doing a good job forcing the turnover. Charlie Craychaw is going to get credit for the steal. Swung over to Roberts on the left wing. Roberts attacking Swenson. Picks up his dribble, kicks it out to Avery Smith in the left corner. Smith looking for that size mismatch as Roberts had a guard on him. They kind of just keep playing hot potato with it, and Cooper Roberts goes to the right-handed hook shot but can't get it to drop. Breckenridge got a good look. Bjerken has the ball with Crayjaw guarding. Feeding it inside to Grant Anderson. 6'6" against Avery Smith, who is not sniffing 6 foot, and that's what happens. And one. Anderson. And to the stripe. Free throw is up and good. Third foul on Avery Smith, so Jackson Riggs will spell him. And this is about as much length as we see the Cowboys roll out at once, with Cooper Roberts, Jackson Riggs, Levi Christensen, and Aiden Sanchez. Charlie Craychaw kind of the odd man out as one of the smaller players in the lineup, but Jackson Riggs gets the ball in the post up, kicks out to Levi Christensen, who mishandled it but tracked it down. Christensen getting into the paint and ends up drawing the foul. You can always tell when Levi Christensen's got his mind on getting to where he wants to go down low, that is for sure. Bull in a china shop. A left-handed bull in a china shop. Christensen knocks down the first free throw. After the 5-0 run from DGF to start off, or 6-0 run to start off the half. Christensen now with 7 points, make it 8. Nothing but net on both of those. Cuts the lead to 3, 42-39 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Aiden Sanchez trying to lock up Bjerken, who's playing with 3 fouls. Bjerken is, by the way. Gets it to Ahonen. Ahonen to Grant Anderson. Anderson back to Ahonen. Drops it over to Bjerken on the left wing. Bjerken back to Ahonen. Ahonen to Grant Anderson. Anderson was looking for Swenson down low, but instead he'll go out to Ahonen. Cowboys staying solid with their zone. Drop off to Swenson. Swenson kicks out to Quincy Cox for the triple. Off the mark, rebounded by Sanchez. And Sanchez feeds it up to Cooper Roberts. Roberts out to Jackson Riggs, who's always ready to rock on the 3, but way off on this one. Tracked down by Craychaw, and that'll set up Aiden Sanchez to get fouled. Riggs has knocked down a couple from deep, but has also had a couple misses that are pretty out of character for him. Sanchez puts up the first free throw, and nothing but net. $42.40 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And 2-for-2 trip for Sanchez. 6 of 7 at the line. That's where he's got all of his points tonight. And head coach of DGF, Mike Clark, will take a timeout. You are listening to Cowboy Basketball on B92.7 FM. This timeout is brought to you by Highcamp Construction. When we get back, Cowboys trail 42-41 with 14:18 left to go.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing Auto Owners Insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
B92.7 is KBMW Breckenridge Wapaton.
All the hits from 2KM today.
Welcome back after that Highcamp Construction timeout. Got a quick break in the action as apparently there is a wet spot on the floor. Not to be confused with the wet spot on the floor when we were at DGF that had to be like wiped like every 2 minutes for some reason. Not sure if there was a leak or something like that, but they had someone who was designated to be wiping that up on the bench all game. All right. Well, they're taking care of it. Officiating crew doing a good job. Something came off someone's shoes or what? Oh, it must have come from the halftime shooting contest. Someone's tracked in some mud. What were you, born in a barn? Gotta be wiping those feet off, folks. Well, this didn't get taken care of during the Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show, so we're gonna tend to it now, and this has been Messy Floor Talk, and we're back to the game. 42-41. Breckenridge trails on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. DGF with great action out of the break. Out of the timeout, I should say. Grant Anderson knocks down the shot. Charlie Craychaw tries to answer with a three. None doing on this one. DGF out and running. Bjerken drives inside. Misses the layup. Rebounded by Jackson Riggs. Riggs looking to get downhill with a nice Euro and drop in. Kid just makes it look too easy sometimes. His squad is down by 1 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And DGF coming back with a layup for Swenson. Cade Swenson now up to 8 points. Cooper Roberts, his squad down by 3, ends up throwing it away to Swenson. He'll get a breakaway attempt, and he'll go with the left-handed layup and end up putting too much on it. Rebounded by Cooper Roberts. And ends up swiping it right back. It's the second time we've seen him make up for a turnover. Or I guess that wasn't a turnover, missed layup, but when you're that wide open, it kind of feels like one, I'm sure. But Cade Swenson is going to miss another layup, and Cooper Roberts squeezes it for the board. Feeds it up to Jackson Riggs. Riggs take the dribble handoff, went for a very tough fadeaway jumper, and drew the foul. So Jackson Riggs heading to the stripe for a pair of free throws. So Riggs heading to the stripe. He's got 8 points on the night. I got him for 6 rebounds by my super unofficial count. Levi Christensen and Aiden Sanchez will be in to try to rebound for the Cowboys. Cowboys, I believe, still have the same starting 5, or same 5 that they've gone with since Avery Smith picked up foul number 3, but Smith is back in the game, as is Connor Ernst. Jackson Riggs, normally the most efficient shooter on the squad for the most part. Started off 0 for 2 at the stripe, now 0 for 3. Avery Smith will track down the rebound, though, after Levi Christensen kept it alive. See if the Cowboys can take advantage of the second chance opportunity. Avery Smith picks up his dribble, swings it to Jackson Riggs. Riggs has it on the left wing. Drops it over to Aiden Sanchez. Sanchez drives baseline and lays it up, but ends up getting his own rebound, and then it gets tied up for a jump ball. Possession arrow goes to the Rebels. Sanchez still looking for his first field goal on the night. 6 for 7 at the line, as we mentioned earlier. Breckenridge trailing 46-43 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And Jackson Riggs with the heads-up play to swipe that one, and then had it go off of Anderson, so Breckenridge ball. Quick hands there. We're always crediting Avery Smith for the quick hands, but he's not the only one. Jackson Riggs played that perfectly. They get over to Riggs in front of the Breckenridge student section. Skips it over to Aiden Sanchez, who launches the 3. Nothing but net. Aiden Sanchez ties this one up. Not a bad first field goal. He's got 9 points and has tied this one up at 46, but a beautiful drop-off pass to Cade Swenson, and he'll lay it in this time. That tie was short-lived, and then we got a nice effort from Grant Anderson to bat a pass out of bounds near the sideline. Cooper Roberts is short break on the bench. Has come to an end as Levi Christensen will get a breather. Have a quick conversation with assistant coach Connor Yagi. Oh, come on, Carson, you better not be listening to that. And Cooper Roberts gets it into Aiden Sanchez. I'm too old to be mixing their names up. So now do Connor Ernst. Too young, I should say. Jackson Riggs steps through and goes very high off the glass for 2. 48 all on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Swenson moves out of the perimeter. Ahonen with the dribble pull up. Leaves it short. Connor Ernst with the board. Ernst gets it over to Avery Smith. Smith going to drive by Rader. Drops it off to Aiden Sanchez. Sanchez getting downhill. Picks up his dribble. Skips it out to Connor Ernst. Connor Ernst going to let it rip from three. Off the mark. Good kick out, though. Aiden Sanchez trying to jockey for the rebound. Wasn't able to come out with it. 48 all with 10:58 left to go on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Quincy Cox driving inside, and they're going to call a foul. Foul is on Ernst. .48 all ball game. Quincy Cox going through the routine. And first free throw. Kind of had a lot on it, but ended up bouncing every spot on off every spot on the rim before dropping in. 10:53 left to go on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Quincy Cox sitting on 14 points. And we'll miss this one. Rebounded by Jackson Riggs. Riggs gets a ball screen from Christensen. Riggs, oh, nice step back. Free himself up a bit, and he'll hand it off to Cooper Roberts. Roberts ended up getting fouled. Some good defense by Camden Lichtenberg. He's 6-foot sophomore. Came in off the bench, but just getting a little too into his man as we got a timeout taken by the Cowboys. We'll take one with them. You are listening to Breckenridge Basketball on B92.7 FM. Cowboys down 49-48 with 10:38 left to go.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there is no appointment necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekend. Quality care close to home. You get the finest care for home injuries, common illnesses, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
Welcome back. Hike that construction timeout. Cowboys trailing 49-48. 10:38 left on the clock. On the court for the Cowboys, we got Connor Ernst, Jackson Riggs, Levi Christensen, Charlie Craychaw, and Cooper Roberts. Roberts gets the inbound. Fakes the handoff, drives inside, kicks it out to Charlie Craychaw, and that is a beautiful action, and what a payoff. Charlie Craychaw knocks down his first triple of the half. He's got 16 points off the ATO. 51-49 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And Grant Anderson said, hey, we like having the lead. We're going to get it right back. Anderson has already surpassed his point total from the first half. He's got 15 now. Beautiful swing pass or skip pass over to Charlie Craychaw. Back to back. He said, why do you keep leaving me open? Cowboys back up once again. 54-52 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Grant Anderson trying to answer. He'll kick it out instead. Three-pointer is good. Turned into a three-point festival here. That one was Jake Dawson. Charlie Craychaw skips it out to Jackson Riggs. Riggs looking to get downhill, and look at that hang time on the layup. Off the mark, though. Grant Anderson trying to shake Christensen. Christensen needs to be smart not to pick up the foul. Rader swings over to Quincy Cox, and he's going to pull the trigger. Everybody's feeling it from deep. Cooper Roberts with the rebound. Head coach Jordan Christensen said, let's not go too crazy here. Let's just get a nice look. We're about halfway through the second half here. Cowboys down 55-54 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Connor Ernst has it on the left wing. It's up to Craychaw. Craychaw wide open once again, but Cade Swenson recovered well. Quincy Cox feeds it up to Lichtenberg. And he ends up dribbling it off himself out of bounds. My apologies, that was Jake Dawson. Got my numbers mixed up there. Cooper Roberts Inbound to Connor Ernst. Aiden Sanchez back on the floor. 8:55 left to go on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Breckenridge down by 1. Sanchez. It's over to Levi Christensen. Christensen swings it to Connor Ernst on the right wing in front of the student section. Ernst over to Cooper Roberts. Roberts looking to get a ball screen from Craychaw. Roberts backing down his defender. Has an advantage that he likes. Kicks it out to Connor Ernst instead. Ernst. Nice skip pass over to Charlie Craychaw. And Craychaw is feeling it. 3 straight triples. 57-55 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. He had 4 at the half, so you do the math. As Grant Anderson on the floor, as is Aiden Sanchez, and we got a timeout taken by the DGF bench. Well played, getting a timeout in there. We got a 57-55 Breckenridge lead. You are listening to Cowboy Basketball on B92.7 FM. We'll be back in 1 minute.
What can you do in 30 seconds? Warm up your coffee, tie your shoes, Google, should I get screened for lung cancer? Then actually get screened for lung cancer. If you're a current or former smoker, talk with an Essentia Health provider about your eligibility for a low-dose CT screening, because early-stage lung cancer often has no signs or symptoms. Screening can mean an increased chance of successful treatment. Learn more at essentiahealth.org.
Protect your equipment and get rewarded by purchasing premium Cenex lubricants with Cenex gift cards for gallons. You can earn a $50 Visa gift card for every 100 gallons of Cenex diesel engine oils, tractor hydraulic fluids, gear lubes, and greases purchased between now and through February 29th of 2024. Contact Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley for qualifying Cenex products and promotion details. Some exclusions apply. Don't forget to ask about the best warranty in the industry, the Cenex Total Protection Plan. Proven durability, powered locally.
We got a 57-55 Cowboy lead. The two teams are just trading blows. We got Tommy Rader with the ball. Aiden Sanchez applying the pressure. Swung into the corner to Grant Anderson. Rader, oh, they're going to call it over and back. They say he lost it himself. Aiden Sanchez applying the pressure. Cooper Roberts will inbound it to Connor Ernst. My apologies, I didn't follow that with the camera. Went with a little bit more of a zoom than I usually do. And I've paid the consequences for it. Apologies, folks. But Connor Ernst with the ball. And he ends up having it poked free. Tommy Rader doing his best to track it down. And then somehow Ernst comes out of that. And Breckenridge, all the fans are saying that was tipped. Referee's going to talk it over. Levi Christensen said, if I'm wrong, I'll give you one of my brothers. I got some to spare, but it looks like they're going to swap the call. So they're coming down this way. Cooper, but nobody's there to grab the ball from Cooper Roberts. Strange sequence of events. Cooper Roberts gets it right back from Christensen. Roberts was going to get the ball screen. He's got 5 seconds to work with on the shot clock. And oh boy, Cooper Roberts doing his best Jackson Riggs impersonation, flying through the lane with some hang time and dropping it in for 2. Not a bad way to get your first points of the second half. Cooper Roberts with 7 on the night. And what a spike from Aiden Sanchez with the Jesse James steal. Going in for the layup, but he's not able to knock it down. DGF out and running with it. Cowboys swing it over to DGF swings it over to Ahonen. Grant Anderson looking to drive past Christensen. And oh boy, that almost went up by the shot clock, but somehow DGF was able to track down the rebound. They get it back to Grant Anderson. Ahonen with the offensive rebound this time around. Cowboys need to come up with a stop here. 7 minutes left to go. That could really cap off a really nice sequence here on both ends. As Cooper Roberts helping out nicely on the backside. And now Levi Christensen will finally end the possession with a rebound. Cooper Roberts being real methodical with it. See if he's going to look to get downhill again. Drives to the cup. Kicks it out to Aiden Sanchez in the right corner. Sanchez rotates it to Roberts. Swings it to Christensen. Christensen wide open to the cup. And he's not going to get the layup or the foul. Grant Anderson doing a good job staying straight up. And then Christensen doing a good job not reaching after being tempted. And the layup from Ahonen is good. Finn Ahonen, as the Cowboys take a timeout with 6:17 left to go. Cowboys up 59-57 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. You are listening to Breckenridge Basketball on B92.7 FM. We got a fun one here. Cowboys up 59-57 once again. We'll be right back.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heitkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heitkamp Construction in Wahpeton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948. Buying a new home is an exciting experience, but it can be a stressful one too. Miller Realty can help relieve some of that stress with a simple formula of integrity, trust, and most importantly, experience. Their talented team is made up of Guy, Shelly, Jared, Lisa, Melissa, and Stephanie. They've put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes, and they understand this market. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
After that Heitkamp Construction timeout, we are back at Breckenridge High School. Cowboys up 59-57 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard with 6:17 left to go. By the way, I promised you guys a score update and then totally forgot about it. The Wahpeton Lady Huskies were defeated by Valley City today, by the way, at 53-40, the final on that one. So thank you to Robert Wanek for relaying that at halftime. And then I naturally forgot like 20 minutes to get to the fans as Aiden Sanchez puts up a three from the left side and ends up leaving it short. Cade Swenson continues his strong floor game with the rebound. Bjerken kicks out to Cox. Cox lines up a three, and he's gotten a little cold here in the second half. Charlie Craychaw with the board. Cooper Roberts comes to a jump stop after getting into the paint. Kicks it out to Levi Christensen. What a beautiful drop off to Roberts, and he gets his man to jump and will draw the foul. Cooper Roberts sitting on 7 points. 1 for 1 at the stripe so far. Craychaw has a game-high 22 points. Hit 4 times from deep in the opening half and 3 times in the second half. Free throw is good from Roberts. $60-57 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Roberts trying to make it a 2-for-2 trip, and off the back iron, rebounded by the Rebels. Cowboys up by 3 with 5:36 left to go on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. DGF has it on the left wing with Jackson Oman. Or Oman. Swings it over to Cade Swenson. Swenson goes to the left-hand reverse, off the mark, rebounded by Riggs. Jackson Riggs hits the behind-the-back dribble. Kicks it out to Aiden Sanchez. Immediately skips it over to Charlie Craychaw. Craychaw with a Honan in his pocket. Gets it over to Aiden Sanchez. Ooh, Craychaw could have had a look there if he wanted it. And, a lot of contact here by the bench. Avery Smith just got smoked into the bench. Oh, that reaction was priceless. Charlie Craychaw will get a short breather, I'm thinking. Jackson Riggs. Gets it into Connor Ernst. Ernst swings it over to Cooper Roberts on the right wing. Roberts kicks out to Avery Smith. Fakes the three and drives in for 2, and he's going to knock it down. Avery Smith. That's why you show you're a threat out there. He hit from deep in the first half. They were ready for him this time around. 2 guys came out to close out, and wham bam, right to the hoop. 62-57 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Ahonen swings it over to Oman. Bjerken with the ball to Ahonen. Grant Anderson thought about the 3 from the right side. Went to Bjerken in the high post area, but went through his hands and to Ahonen. He just keeps swinging around the perimeter. 4 seconds work with Ahonen's going to let it rip for a deep 3. Way off the mark. Swenson doing a good job saving it, but not enough time. Jackson Riggs making the heads-up play to let DGF try to keep that one alive if they could, knowing that him touching it before it could potentially go out of bounds, obviously not the move. Aiden Sanchez and Levi Christensen, along with Avery Smith, Connor Ernst, and Jackson Riggs. Cowboys up 62-57 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Levi Christensen, a few feet behind the top of the key, looking to drive on Cade Swenson. It's over to Connor Ernst. Ernst rotates it to Riggs in the left corner. Riggs, skip pass over to Ernst. Ernst drops off to Aiden Sanchez. Says, knock it down, Sanchez. Instead, he's going to drop it down, and had a beautiful drop-off pass, but Avery Smith wasn't ready in the dunker spot. 3:53 left to go on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Ahonen to Bjerken. Bjerken swings it to Grant Anderson. Anderson knocks down the triple to cut it down to 2. Third hit from downtown for Grant Anderson. Aiden Sanchez trying to respond in transition and out of bounds off the Cowboys. Connor Ernst tried saving it as well. It's been a few of those where the Cowboys have just been a little too run and gun off of a made basket, and another time it came back to bite them. 62-60 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Ahonen will bring it up for the Rebels. Gets it to Quincy Cox. Quincy Cox with the pull-up jumper and leaves it short as he is still trying to shake this this drought here in the second half as Aiden Sanchez has the ball off the rebound. Sanchez gets it over to Jackson Riggs. Riggs calling for a ball screen. Levi Christensen will oblige. Step back triple off the mark. Avery Smith doing a good job fighting for the rebound. They're going to say off the Rebels. Shortest guy on the floor, but always finding a way to get near the ball. 3:03 left to go on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cooper Roberts gets into Aiden Sanchez, who had his shot blocked. I think Roberts was more confident in Sanchez laying that in than Sanchez himself was. He looked like he was a little cut off guard there. Charlie Craychaw will enter the game for Jackson Riggs. 2:58 left to go on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cowboys up 62-60. Bjerken looking to get downhill. Kicks out to Anderson. Anderson dribbled like he was going to be hitting a step back. Instead, he'll try to go down low, and Cooper Roberts gets the rebound after Aiden Sanchez was able to keep it away from Anderson with the block out. Charlie Craychaw has it on the right wing. Swings it to Roberts. Roberts has it poked loose, and Piper Janing. She's always in the passing lane, so it kind of makes sense that she somehow gets a deflection in this game, as the ball was tipped right to her. Cooper Roberts inbounds it to Levi Christensen. Christensen dribbling over to the left wing. Decides not to hand it off. Kicks it out to Sanchez, who is wide open. Nice little shot fake. Frees himself up, and now he's got a pair of free throws coming. $62-60 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Sanchez, currently 7 of 8 at the stripe. His only field goal was that triple that he hit not too long ago. His free throw is good. Apologies. Makes it a 3-point game. Chance to try to make it 4 now. And off the back iron. Rebounded by the Rebels, 63-60 with 2:18 left to go on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And DGF almost turns it over, but Avery Smith ends up being the last one touching it. Quincy Cox, his squad down by 3 with 2:10 left to go. Gets it back to Cox in the left corner, feeds it to Grant Anderson. He's had a strong second half, gets it out to Ahonen. His teammates have gone a little cold from the perimeter, Quincy Cox included. Grant Anderson can't leave him that wide open, and that is why. Third triple of the half, fourth of the game, ties it up at 63. Charlie Craychaw with the answer, off the mark. Rebounded by the Rebels. 63 all on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Grant Anderson gets it to Bjerken. Bjerken working off the half-court circle. Avery Smith out to guard. Bjerken gets a very nice look at the rim, and he'll end up missing the shot. Aiden Sanchez with the rebound. Sanchez feeds it up to Charlie Craychaw. Gets his man to jump, and the two-point shot is off the mark. DGF comes away with it. 1:14 left to go on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Craychaw is going to get called for the foul. Only the third team foul, so Cowboys have some work to do if they're going to get into the bonus. $63 all on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cowboys been in too many of these. As late game execution has been a bugaboo for sure for this squad. That's what happens when you have a young team. Part of the maturation process. It's Quincy Cox. It's out to Bjerken. Bjerken looking to drive on Smith. Kicks out to Anderson. It's Ani Heater here in the second half, and he ends up throwing it away to Sanchez. Aiden Sanchez feeds it up to Cooper Roberts. Tie ball game once again, 52 seconds left to go. Roberts gets a ball screen from Christensen. Gets it to Jackson Riggs. Riggs pulls up at the elbow and will not get it to rattle in. Kate Swenson with the board. 7 seconds between the shot and game clock. And DGF will take a timeout. We'll take one with them. 36 seconds remaining in the ball game. 29 seconds left on the shot clock. We're tied up at 63 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. You are listening to Breckenridge Basketball on B92.7 FM. This timeout brought to you by Highcamp Construction.
Minn Kota Egg Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Barney, Kent, Wyndmere, Wahpeton, and Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
North Dakota State College of Science is powered by the strong local connections we have with employers, business partners, program advisors, and local business leaders. We're proud to call Wahpeton home. Find out more about how you or your business can support NDSCS by visiting ndscs.edu. That's ndscs.edu.
After that Highcamp Construction timeout. We got a tie ball game, folks. 36 seconds remaining. 29 left on the shot clock. Breckenridge Cowboys on defense. DGF, once again, 29 seconds work with on the shot clock. Tied up at 63. Cowboys led by as many as 5 down the stretch here. Trying to avoid a late game collapse. Avery Smith guarding up top. They were looking for Bjerken on the back cut. Jackson Riggs actually jumped, but they didn't get a foul. Bjerken takes it back out to the perimeter, and Avery Smith tried gambling on the steal. Left it short. Kate Swenson with the rebound. He's going to kick it out to Grant Anderson for the triple. His shot is out the mark. Levi Christensen with the rebound, and we got a timeout. Cowboys able to get a timeout. 63 all, 5.7 seconds remaining. We'll keep it here, and DGF with a couple golden opportunities there. It looked like Grant Anderson was about to give his squad the lead with another big shot, but ended up being off the mark. I almost shouted out Dylan Anderson, who didn't make the trip today, so I'm glad I dodged the bullet there. But Grant Anderson, once again, with a heck of a second half here. 63 all. This has been a very even game throughout. Cowboys took the 1-point lead in the halftime off their 9-0 run. DGF's put together a couple little mini runs here, but nobody's really just kind of fully taking control of the game. I would say the Cowboys have had most of the momentum here in the second half, and we'll see where they're going to be drawn up here after this Highcamp Construction timeout. On the floor for the Cowboys, looks like they're going to roll out Aiden Sanchez, Levi Christensen, Charlie Craychaw, Cooper Roberts, and Jackson Riggs as well. Obviously, Big Shot Chuck, a good option. 22 points on the night. Hit from downtown 7 times in this ball game, which is good enough to be on the board because he's done it already this year. So we already know that's a top 5 3-point shooting night for the Cowboys. Excuse me. So on the floor for the Cowboys, Cooper Roberts will inbound under DGF's basket. They got to go the full length of the court, 5.7 seconds left. Levi Christensen going to try to shake his man. Gets it in cleanly. Gets it back to Roberts. Cooper Roberts has to get on his horse. Roberts goes to the spin move, and they're going to head coach Jordan Christensen was able to get a timeout off. Looks like there was 1 second remaining on the clock when they got the timeout, but run that through for the radio listeners who weren't able to see that, but they had to go the full distance of the court. Cooper Roberts got the inbound and was smartly playing not to turn it over, but at the same time, maybe not bringing the aggressiveness you're looking for if you're trying to get the length of the court, but I mean, it beats a turnover that leads to a layup, that is for sure. If you're looking to play devil's advocate there, but Cooper Roberts was able to hang on to the ball, and the timeout was called with 1 second remaining here in the ball game. 63-63. And looks like they're going to stay with their same 5 of Craychaw, Roberts, Sanchez, Riggs, and Christensen. Head coach Jordan Christensen drawing up the play for his squad. Cowboys have gone 7 deep tonight. Connor Ernst coming off the bench in this one along with Jackson Riggs, and then the 5 starters who started this ball game, of course. So definitely a playoff feel to it because the Cowboys know how massive this could be for their section vote down the stretch here. Once again, they're not going off QRF for this postseason. Nothing would be a good feather in the cap like a victory over DGF for a single A team, that is for sure. 1 second remaining. They're going to go for a lob to Jackson Riggs, but Grant Anderson was able to be the first one to get hands on it, and we're going to have overtime, folks. 63 all. As we loop back for your bonus basketball, you are listening to Breckenridge Basketball on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live, part of the I3G Sports Network.
Getting you back to what you love. We are Optimum Rehab. For over a decade, Dr. Tony Egeman has provided physical therapy services for the people of Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and surrounding communities. We're a small practice that sees our patients as individuals. Through hands-on techniques, our patients have their treatment plans tailored to their exact needs. Sprains, sore muscles, back pain, achy joints, rehab following surgery, you name it. Optimum Rehab is your answer. When you need exceptional physical therapy, you need Optimum Rehab.
What if you could store heat during off-peak hours when electric prices are lowest and use it when you need it? With a heat storage system, you can. Underfloor systems and other options heat your whole home or individual rooms so you can stay comfortable and save. Plus, they're at least 100% efficient, so no energy or dollars are wasted. With Otter Tail Power Company rebates, now's the time to see how you can store, heat, and save. Go to otpco.com/heat storage to get started.
Welcome back. We've got some bonus basketball coming your way. 63 all after regulation. This tip for the overtime is brought to you by North Dakota State College of Science. Science of learning by doing. And Ahonen. Get over to Grant Anderson. Had a very strong showing here, especially in the second half. Anderson gets it over to Quincy Cox for an open look at a 3, and he's going to knock it down to open up the overtime. Quincy Cox buries the triple to put his squad up 66-63. Cooper Roberts kicks out to Aiden Sanchez on the right side of the floor. He'll get a ball screen from Levi Christensen. Swings it over to Roberts. Roberts to Avery Smith. Smith back to Roberts. Kicks it out to an open Sanchez. He won't pull the trigger on a 3. Instead, he's going to get called for the travel. Thought it was going to be a charge, but same result either way. 66-63. DGF in the lead on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Ahonen gets it to Bjerken. Bjerken to Grant Anderson. Feeds it to Cox in the elbow area. Back out to Anderson. Swung around to Ahonen. Ahonen to Cox. He feeds it to Grant Anderson. Aiden Sanchez is able to poke it loose. Avery Smith comes down with it. Smith picks up his dribble, kicks out to Levi Christensen. Christensen immediately looking to get into the paint. He's got a small on him. Got to get it in there if possible. And Levi Christensen kind of mishandles the pass, comes away with it. Looking to go to work down low and has it stripped loose, but out of bounds off of DGF. 2:35 left to go on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Jackson Riggs into the game for Charlie Craychaw. Riggs, it's the inbound in the left corner. Gets a ball screen from Christensen. Swung over to Aiden Sanchez. They were looking for Christensen in the right block. They drop it into him. Defense collapses. We'll see if Christensen's going to kick it out. He was looking for Avery Smith. Pass was tipped, but Smith tracks it down and lays it in. What a take on the left side by Avery Smith. Avery Smith cuts the lead to 1, 66-65 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Cowboys trying to stop and score. Grant Anderson has it in the corner. Tipped by Levi Christensen. Excuse me. Connor Ernst checks in. His squad down by 1. He'll spell Avery Smith. Rotated over to Ahonen. Connor Ernst coming out to guard him. Quincy Cox now has it. 2 Cowboys made sure to get out and flash on him. Bjerken with the ball. In a little bit of trouble. Someone's got to come help him out. He gets it to Grant Anderson. Anderson looking to get downhill with the left-handed layup. Too easy. Grant Anderson puts his squad back up by 3. Cooper Roberts fires it to Christensen. Christensen drives in, kicks it out to Jackson Riggs, who lines up a triple, and he knocks it down! Jackson Riggs, ice in his veins, ties it up at 68. 1:21 left to go on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Bjerken to Ahonen. Ahonen drops it into Grant Anderson in the right corner. He feeds Swenson, who drops over to Quincy Cox, and Cox is going to get a pair of free throws off the Connor Ernst foul. I think the roof would have come off this building over here in, on the DGF side if that was going to be an N1. Good look down low for Cox, though. And free throws up from Cox. Knocks it down. Sitting on 18 points. 4 of them coming here in the overtime so far. Puts his squad back up 69-68 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Next free throw is good. 2-for-2 trip. 70-68 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Avery Smith inbounds it to Cooper Roberts. Recently checked back into the game for Connor Ernst. Levi Christensen with the ball near the top of the key. Converting open teammate, gets it to Cooper Roberts. Roberts driving past his defender, kicks down to an open Aiden Sanchez in the left corner. Misses it, but Avery Smith tracks down the board. Kicks out to Levi Christensen. Extra pass to Jackson Riggs. Bang! Jackson Riggs puts his squad up by 1 with 40 seconds left. Second triple of the period. And we got a timeout taken by DGF. 36 seconds remaining in the ball game. 30 seconds left on the shot clock. Cowboys back up by 1. You are listening to Breckenridge Basketball on B92.7 FM. This timeout brought to you by Highcamp Construction. We're back in 30 seconds.
You want what you want. At Quality Toyota, we totally understand that we aren't going to talk you into a car you don't want. Instead, we're here to help you find the car, the color, the options, and the style that you do want. All with a simple, easy, and stress-free approach, because the price listed online or in every windshield is the only price. That way, we can concentrate on getting you the right car. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls. QualityToyota.net. Let's go places.
Still in our Highcamp Construction timeout, but If it sounds like the student section just doubled in size, it's because all of the elementary girls who are on the baseline have erupted. They were keeping their own right with the student section with the "Here We Go Cowboys" chant. Shout out to all those girls down there. As Jackson Riggs, his squad down by 2. Avery Smith was able to track down an offensive rebound. Swung out to the perimeter. Levi Christensen made the extra pass over to Jackson Riggs. Same spot he hit from the last one. Splash. 71-70 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. 6 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. 25 seconds on the shot clock. Ahonen swings over to Bjerken. His squad down by 1. He's looking to attack on Smith. Gets it out to Cox. Cox. The right side to Ahonen. Bjerken now has it. And he has it stolen by Aiden Sanchez. I keep almost mixing him and Avery Smith up, if you can't tell. I think I might have dribbled off his foot, but we got a foul on Bjerken, his 5th. So kind of a double whammy for DGF. Not only did they lose the ball, send a guy to the free throw line for a pair, but they also lost one of their starters in the process. Aiden Sanchez just wasn't given any room to operate there. 1-and-1 free throw coming for Sanchez. First one is off the back iron. DGF comes away with it with 15 seconds left. Down by 1. They get it to Grant Anderson. And Aiden Sanchez is going to pick up the foul, but they got a couple to give. Not the end of the world for the Cowboys, only their 5th team foul. They have another one to give as well. So second foul on Sanchez. 10.1 seconds left to go, and we got a timeout taken by DGF. This timeout is brought to you by Heitkamp Construction, but once again, we'll stay here as Aiden Sanchez just playing some suffocating defense there to force the turnover and get out and running. Had an opportunity to add to his squad's lead, but wasn't able to knock down the free throw on a night where Sanchez has been pretty much lights out at the stripe. He's now missed his last 2. After starting off 7 for 8. I mean, 7 for 10 still good, but those 2 of those 3 misses being in the closing minutes looks a little more glaring. So Cowboys up 71-70. Looking to pick up a big conference win here. But more importantly, looking to help themselves out when they get around in time for the section vote, as this is a 15-10 AA team. I know they're also going through a bit of a tough stretch right now as they're on a 7-game losing streak after getting off to a red hot start to the season. But part of that's the schedule, though. Taking on Perm and only losing to Staples by 3. We just got to see up close how good Staples was. And then they also had to play Kindred during that stretch. A 19-point loss in that. But DGF and Breckenridge both looking to snap losing streaks with 9.7 seconds left to go. Quincy Cox inbounding on the left sideline. Gets it into Grant Anderson. Anderson getting back to Cox, and it goes through his hands, out of bounds. And head coach Mike Clark is furious. I'm not sure what the miscue was on that, but Breckenridge could put this one away. I mean, could obviously help themselves out at the stripe, so they're getting Charlie Craich onto the ball game. Avery Smith will get a breather, so Jackson Riggs remains on the floor, along with Levi Christensen, Aiden Sanchez. Cooper Roberts will inbound. Roberts gets it into Levi Christensen, and Christensen will be fouled immediately. Levi Christensen 2 for 2 at the stripe. Both a pair of perfect swishes. See if he's going to do the same thing here. Avery Smith back in, offense-defense substitution. Levi Christensen currently sitting on 8 points. Excuse me. 1-and-1 free throw is up and good. Levi Christensen going to try to make this a 3-point ball game. Next free throw is up and rattles out. Rebounded by DGF, and they're going to get a timeout. 4.2 seconds left to play. Oh, and they're going to say that. Are there no technicals or, no timeouts? It looks that way. No timeouts for DGF. They're going to get a technical. Oh, calling a timeout with none left. And head coach Mike Clark is sick. That's a tough break for the Rebels as Aiden Sanchez buries the first. Excuse me. And I thought head coach Jordan Christensen was coming over to say that he got a timeout first as if they had possession, but he's coming over to say they don't have any timeouts. And 2-for-2 trip for Aiden Sanchez. Makes it a 4-point game, and Breckenridge just got to keep their hands off and not allow a 4-point play, and they basically got this. But they get the ball as well. Likely going to try to get it to Aiden Sanchez's hands once again. Still continue to try to be reliable at the stripe. And they're going to get it into, Jackson Riggs making the heads-up play to bat it over to Aiden Sanchez. They threw it to Riggs like he was going to be hauling it in. And that'll do it, folks! Breckenridge able to not get fouled in the closing seconds, and they'll take home a 74-70 victory. Cowboys snap their losing streak. You've been listening to Breckenridge Basketball on B92.7 FM. And we'll be back with your post-game show brought to you by Miller Realty. What a ball game. 74-70 your final once again.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side. No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain never changes. Red River Grain works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers, providing grain and agronomy services to help maximize your farm's potential. Red River Grain has been serving farmers for years with competitive prices and high-quality service. Speak to Brad, Carson, or Tammy for all of your grain and agronomy needs. Red River Grain, East Breckenridge, 643-3738. That's 643-3738, or you can find them online at redrivergrain.com.
Save big this month with Smith Motors in Wapaton. $30 in rebates on the purchase of 3 AC Delco wiper blades. $20 in rebates on the purchase and installation of select AC Delco Gold batteries. And $15 in rebates on the purchase and installation of 1 AC Delco cabin air filter and 1 engine air filter. Gear up for winter with these exclusive offers. Small town friendly, big town deals. Smith Motors, your certified Chevy and GMC dealership in Wapaton. Online at smithmotors.com.
Ever notice how every other ad seems to be an insurance company promising to save you money?
What is with these insurance companies?
Hi, this is Matt.
And this is Amanda.
And we're your local State Farm agents.
We're here to debunk all the insurance junk.
What do you really need to know?
What is a fair and competitive price?
Let us make sure you are getting the best bang for your insurance dollar.
And find out why State Farm has been around for over 100 years and remains #1 today.
Welcome to the Miller Realty Postgame Show on B92.7 FM and live streaming on YouTube at KBMW News Live, part of the i3G Sports Network. And what a ball game, folks! That was a real treat to cover. I gotta say, 74-70 your final. Breckenridge over Dilworth-Glyndon-Felton. It was a 63-all game heading into the OT. So kind of a high-scoring overtime period. And we'll run through the State Farm stat report with Grant Anderson leading the way with a game-high 23 points for DGF. He's followed by Quincy Cox with 19, 5 of those coming in the overtime. 10 points for Cade Swenson, 9 points for Finna Honan, 6 for Mason Bjerken, and then 3 off the bench coming from Jake Dawson, who hit a triple in the second half, the only bench points of the ball game for the Rebels, as they were also shorthanded in this game, so make sure to keep that in mind as well, as they were down a couple starters, so DGF kind of trending down a little bit right now, but we'll see if they're going to be able to get back to doing what they're doing before the postseason gets started here. And leading the way for the Cowboys on your State Farm stat report is Charlie Craigshaw with 22 points. 21 of those coming from three-point land, and then also got fouled on one of the three-pointers, knocked down the free throw for his 22nd point. 16 for Jackson Riggs, 6 of them coming off a pair of triples in the overtime. 12 points from Aiden Sanchez, a couple of those coming in the overtime, putting the game away with some free throws. And then we got 9 points from Levi Christensen, a couple of those coming in the OT as well. Cooper Roberts with 8 points, and then 7 points from Avery Smith with a big layup during the overtime when his squad was down by 3. So we saw a lot of good things from this squad down the stretch of this ball game. Fantastic effort. It's going to be fun picking out the player of the game here. It's always a struggle, it seems like, but especially on a night like tonight, we got a lot of fantastic performances to talk about when we come back on your Billy Realty post-game show. We'll be back with your play of the game, brought to you by Red River Agency, and your player of the game, brought to you by Essentia Health. Here with you, you're listening to the Miller Realty post-game show on B92.7 FM after a 74-70 Cowboy win over the DGF Rebels.
You know, there's a lot of talk about assisted living facilities in the area, but at Twin Town Villa in Breckenridge, the story really is different. Let me tell you about it. The story at Twin Town Villa is caring eyes looking after the people you love. It's a collection of ears listening to what their residents need. It's the gentle, compassionate action that takes care of those needs. It's real connection that assures you that your family members are never alone. That's just part of the story. Take a tour and see for yourself. Twin Town Villa in Breckenridge.
By Red River Agency, your hometown agents in Breckenridge. And, you know, on any other night, it would obviously be the 4-point play because, once again, I don't get a whole lot of those. So I kind of relish in them whenever they do come. So the honorable mention is going to go to Charlie Crayjaw for his 4-point play that he had in the early goings of this ball game. And then we'll tell you more about his performance a little bit later. But we're going to have to go with Jackson Riggs, putting his squad ahead as they were down 70, or my apologies. They were down 70-68, and after an offensive rebound from Avery Smith and a kick out, Levi Christensen making the extra pass over to the top of the key. Jackson Riggs, hands and feet ready to shoot, and drilled it to give his squad the lead, and also had another big triple in the overtime period as well. So fantastic showing from him down the stretch here to close this ball game out. But player of the game is going to have to go to Charlie Crayjaw again. I know I got him the last time he took on the Rebels, but just an outstanding showing from him on the perimeter once again. You know, keeping his team afloat. I know it wasn't as bad as the first time around, but this was a more complete game, I think. I think he ended up knocking down just as many triples as he did that time around. But we got to see 2 good halves from him as he went on that little streak where he drilled 3 in a row. But that's the thing about shooters, man. When they're hot, they are red hot. It was so fun to see him go on that little rally there. So the play of the game is going to have to go to Jackson Riggs for the go-ahead triple down the closing stretch of this ball game. And then player of the game is going to be Charlie Crayjaw. And, you know, obviously his stat line says enough for itself. Historic shooting night once again for him. I'm excited to see how many he's going to end up for the season. It's going to be fun to tally all those up and see where he kind of ends up. And then he's still got another year left. Think about that. That's crazy. But once again, 74-70 your final score. Breckenridge Cowboys coming up with a big win. Hopefully helping themselves out when this comes down to a section vote right before the postseason gets up and running. And you've been listening to the Miller Realty postgame show and Breckenridge Cowboys basketball on B92.7 FM. Thank you for tuning in, everybody, and for watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live. We appreciate every one of you listeners, and we'll be back at it again on Thursday, I know, for the Breckenridge Cowgirls playoff opener against Benson. We're for sure doing that on the radio. I don't know if we've decided if we're doing a video stream yet or not, so we shall see. But either way, make sure to loop back and tune in. We'll be keeping you guys updated on Facebook and all that good stuff. Turner Bluff is having an absolute blast on this broadcast. Breckenridge Cowboys picking up a 74-70 victory. You've been listening to Cowboy Basketball on B92.7 FM and watching on YouTube at KBMW News Live, part of the i3G Sports Network.
Tonight's Breckenridge basketball game was brought to you by Breckenridge Public Schools, Carlson Family Insurance, CHI St. Francis, Essentia Health, Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, Hike Camp Construction, Miller Realty, Minn Kota Ag Products, North Dakota State College of Science, Optimum Rehab, Otter Tail Power Company, Quality Toyota, Red River Agency, Red River Grain, Smith Motors, State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick and Twin Town Villa. Be sure to go to kbmwnews.com for a complete updated list of future broadcasts and video streams. And make sure to catch the Giants Sports Show every Saturday at 9 a.m. Thanks for listening.
B92.7 is KBMW Breckenridge Wahpeton.
All the hits from 2KM today.
Here's another hour of your music on B.